bowl will do. Thank you. I'd like to start out by thanking Mr. Tony Ezzi. Seen you on the streets for quite some time. I'm a big fan of everything that you do. Also, the host of Park Avenue tonight, Mr. Demetrius. Thank you very much for coming here tonight. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to tell a story, so you can hold your laughter until the very end. So please do that. So anyways, there's a man. The story starts, the man is a boy. He's a small boy. And he's a big fan of a particular television character. The television character is a clown. So he's a fan of the clown. And he watches the clown show on TV every day and loves the clown. And the clown does national tours in his country. And one day he finds out that the clown is going to come to his hometown, the town where he's from. So the clown is coming. And the tickets are very expensive, and he's a working class man, or boy, so he decides he's going to get a job. He has an early morning job as a paper delivery boy, and then in the evenings and afternoons he mows lawns, and he works all summer, and he scrounges, and he saves, and he pinches every penny, and he doesn't get anything from the ice cream truck when it comes, and he just saves every penny he can, and he gets a ticket to see the clown with his entire life savings. So he's got the ticket, and it's the worst ticket in the whole show. He goes, and he's behind a pillar, so he can't even really see. The clown's about 200 yards away. I don't know. And he's so far away, he can't even see the clown really because he's behind a pillar, but he's so excited he doesn't even care. And the clown does his whole routine. He invites everyone, and everyone loves it. It's just so funny, it's so good. It's an amazing show, and he's having the best time of his life. And then finally, something the clown rarely does is he asks for audience participation. And he looks into the audience, and he says, I need someone to come on stage for my next bit. So he looks out to the audience, and he sees, and sure enough, he sees the little boy behind the pillar, and he says, you, behind the pillar, the furthest, the worst seat in the house, sir, I'd like you to come on stage and participate in my last act for the night. So the kid is so excited, he's so happy, he's so excited. This clown that he worships, that he scrounged every penny to see, has invited him on stage, and he's there, and he goes, and it's amazing, and he's so happy. He's never been more excited in his whole life. And he goes on stage, and it's a similar setup to this, if you can imagine. So the kid is here, and I'm the clown. And the clown says, excuse me, sir, are you an elephant's elbow? And the kid says, no. And he says, are you an elephant's ear? And the kid says, no. So then the clown says, well, you must be an elephant's ass. And the kid is heartbroken, and everyone in the audience starts laughing at the poor child, and he's so sad, he's so upset. He storms off the stage crying, he goes home, he's never been more upset in his whole life. This clown that he worshipped, this figure that he scrounged all summer to save money to see, has humiliated him in front of his entire town, his small town, everyone's there, and he's been publicly humiliated. So he decides, I must get revenge. So he studies very hard. He studies his whole schools to graduate the top of his class in high school. And he decides to go to the best comeback university in the world. He goes to, you may not have heard of it, but it's in England somewhere. And he goes there, and he does a bachelor's degree in the best comeback. His bachelor's degree is the comeback. So he does it. It's pretty good. Honors. Does all right. Graduates. Has to move on. So he does a master's degree in the comeback. And he goes, starting to understand how to insult someone when they insult you. You have to come back. Okay, I've got the master's. Fair enough. So he does his PhD, the same place, because the best school for this type of study, and he does it. And he's I've got the PhD, He's floating around, he's got the comeback, he decides to become a professor at the school and keep teaching others, because, you know, he's working on it still. So he's a professor there, and 20 years pass, 30 years pass, 40 years pass, 50 years pass. You know, he's pretty indoctrinated into the community of comeback. He's a top professor at the top university, and sure enough, even though he's a million miles from home, one day he sees that the same clown that insulted him is on tour and is coming to his town. This is big. He's rich now. He doesn't have to save to buy a ticket. He buys a ticket. He buys a front row ticket. He doesn't care anymore. He buys a front row ticket. He's been waiting his whole life for this. So he's got the ticket. He's in the front row. The clown comes to town. The clown, loyal fans of the last 40 or 50 years are all there. Everyone's watching the show. Generations of children who grew up with this clown, old people, young people, everyone. And they're all there. And the clown does everything. And sure enough, at the end, in very rare clown move, he asks for audience participation. Again. And, you know, sure enough, the clown's looking around the audience, and he sees the distinguished gentleman in the front row and asks him to come on stage for the final act. The professor complies. He's on stage. The clown says to him, "Excuse me, sir, are you an elephant's ear?" Professor's stone cold, directly in the eyes. "No." Clown says, "Are you an elephant's elbow?" Professor once again. Even colder than the last time. "No." So the clown says, "You must be an elephant's ass." And before the audience can break up laughing, the guy looks stone cold into the clown's eyes. "Fuck you." Thank you very much. Thank you. You're great. Thank you.